On this episode of Variant Reviews, review Marvel Selects Spider-Man from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Well, alright. Now, first off, I gotta say, I'm really excited on reviewing this figure. First off, because Spider-Man is my favorite comic book character, and I've really been expecting this figure for quite some time already. So looking at the front of the box, you can see this guy does not come with the base and has a ton of accessories. On the side of the box, you have some really nice artwork here. You can see Spider-Man doing his little web slinging pose, and he has the big lenses and everything. It looks really nice. Sadly, on the back of the box, you don't see the figure displayed in any shape, way, or form, or fashion. This is just more artwork and a description there at the bottom. Just in case you've been living under a rock for the last couple months, if you didn't know, The Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the sequel to Amazing Spider-Man 1, which is basically a teenage boy who receives amazing spider powers after being bitten by a genetically altered spider, and anyway, ends up being a superhero and becomes a vigilante chasing down villains. So big thanks to Saavedra from Facebook for lacing me up with this new review station. It's Marvel Select, Marvel Legends scale. And as you can see, this guy really does go hard in the paint, man. And he goes all in when it comes to these dioramas. And really, to be honest, he has far more detailed things other than this. I mean, so check him out. Go to the link in the description below and check out his stuff, man. This guy does, like, really good work. Also, if you're just getting into toy photography and you don't want to make your own props, you can hit up this guy, Roland Ramon. He hooked me up with these pallets that he custom made himself. Also, he made this black table here. And he makes these flight stands, and they also come in different size variations, and they also do come in black, by the way. But yeah, just click the description below if you're interested, and get connected with this guy. So back to the review. Spidey does come with 5 sets of hands. He has these web slinging hands, and if you look closely, you can see that, it has a little bit of detail in the web. You can see it has like a little spouty thingy there at the end. You can also take them off, so you're not stuck with leaving them in there, which is a good thing. So this is what he looks like when he has the web shooting hand in place. I'm very pleased to see that they included 2 open hands that you can use these specifically for wall crawling type poses. Now, almost all the hands have some type of articulation at the peg, so I just want to point that out. He has your standard closed fist hand, and again, there's articulation here at the peg. He has this other hand, it looks like a closed fist, but it's actually not. You can actually, when you look over, you actually put something inside of it, so you can put one of the other accessories in there. So he has this other hand that's ideal for holding that fire hose accessory. Now, when you do look down at the peg, you can kind of move it down and move it up, so you can get that wrist going at different angles when he's holding that accessory. So he does come with 2 web ropes, and personally, I like making my own from the twisty ties inside the box. And these specifically lack the bendy wire, so you can't get them in different shapes or anything like that. And on the ends, they have like these little clamps, so it looks like you could drive a nail through them, so that way you could actually, if you want to nail it inside of your shelf or wall or something like that, or have it hold against each other if you want to wrap a figure in this or something like that. Now you can see a little bit of that detail. It's not overly detailed, but you kind of see they made a good attempt to make it look like a web out of focus. Now, this is kind of how it looks like at a wider angle. But see, there's nothing. It's kind of blah. Here's the other one. It has like a little curvature there, so it kind of looks like it's in the shape of a whip or something. But yeah, there's really no bendy wire in there. Again, here's a little tip, so you can put something to hold it. This is what he looks like when he's holding the actual web in his hand. And you can actually, like I said before, because of the peg, you can actually tilt the wrist here, so you can get a little bit of angle there. So you can make him look like he's about to swing, or he's like holding it real tight. So he comes with this Fireman hat with the number 22, and it says Fire Department on there. And it's painted in this black glossy paint with the secondary yellow paint on there as well. For the fire hose attachment, there's Well, it's not too big on detail, but it does have this dry brushing on there and make it look weathered. It has this yellow paint stripe on there, and if you look here, it does have a handle, and you can actually move this. You can just kind of lift it up and push it back. And the only thing it lacks is actual fire hose, so that's one thing I'm not liking about this accessory. And you see a little detail here on the little spout. So this is what he looks like when he's wielding these accessories, and it kind of just looks like he's holding a bullhorn or something like that. But it's definitely lacking that fire hose look. But I mean, I see what they're going for. I mean, I dig it, but you know, I definitely won't be sporting these accessories. So looking at the figure here, I like how clean the figure looks. The spider webs, they don't look sloppy, and the paint's okay. But the shoulders, they look a little bit lighter. I guess they could have made a better effort there. But, I mean, I like how the lenses on the mask, they used a decent white on there. So it's not overpowering. It's a nice shade of white. That looks pretty dope. On his back, we see the Spider-Man logo. And I think it looks pretty nice. I mean, again, it looks nice and clean. Nothing sloppy about it. I like how they added this texture to the suit. They try to make some sort of effort to make it emulate the suit from the movie. On his legs, we have some muscle definition, so you can actually see a little bit of Spidey muscles here, and a little bit more of that texturing. But one thing I like, when you go down to his boots, they're far better. Oh my god, they're far better than the Superior Spider-Man's. They don't look deformed. It doesn't look like they dropped an anvil on his foot. I mean, it doesn't look all swollen or anything. It looks pretty decent. I like it. In the way of head articulation, his head does move 360 degrees all the way around. And you can move his head up and down when you make him look down. This is as far down as he goes. And when he looks up, he just pretty much, it just looks like he's looking at eye level. He does have this chest swivel. It's not necessarily an ab crunch or anything like that. I mean, he only crunches millimeters, if that. But it does swivel. His arm does rotate all the way around. He has like this armpit hinge here. He has a single jointed elbow that has like a elbow swivel. He swivels at the wrist and has wrist articulation. On his legs do go up all the way around, which is pretty nice. It's nice to see that on a Spider-Man figure, especially on a Marvel Select. And now right here on this little ball hinge thing here, you can actually swivel the thigh, and then you can make him do the splits, and then, you know, you can kind of change it to where he does a front kick or a back kick. Also, he has double jointed knees. That's pretty nice. He has ankle articulation, and he has an ankle pivot. And don't forget the peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Before I forget, I do want to say that this figure does have superb balance. I mean, you can stand him up on one foot if you wanted to. And to demonstrate, I'll shake the table here, so you kind of... As far as likes go, I gotta say, the accessories, they really did a really good job here. I like the fact that it gave me more accessories than what I wanted. So I do gotta give them a thumbs up on that. Also, the representation of the figure, I feel that they did a really good job of making it look like the Amazing Spider-Man 2. I gotta give them a thumbs up for that. As far as my dislikes, I gotta go back to some of the articulation issues, mainly things that they could have fixed. The head movement is one of them, and they didn't have to make the head so stiff, like to where it just doesn't look up at all. It doesn't even, man, it's even hard to pop the head off to where you can kind of try to, I totally disliked it, totally. One of the other things was the torso. Man, they really got to work on that ab crunch. I mean, I don't know. I just don't like that torso swivel. I just don't feel like it's working for them. Like, they do the torso swivel, and I could see it work on big figures. I could see that. But not on a figure like Spider-Man. I mean, you gotta have an ab crunch, man. And the elbows. The elbows, these elbows get on my nerves. I hate that they stick to these little swivelly elbows. They gotta just do double jointed elbows, man. Come on, man. In conclusion, I gotta say I really like this figure. It's been one of the better Spideys coming out of Diamond Select, and I see they're kind of working on a lot of the articulation issues in a way, I guess, when it comes to a Spider-Man. and I'm taking that into consideration. But man, I mean, it's definitely way better than the first Spider-Man they came out with, and it's definitely better than the last Spider-Man they came out with. So I definitely have to recommend this figure. I mean, I like it, and I don't know if it's because I'm partial to liking Spider-Man. It's my favorite character, but I would definitely recommend this. If you're going to get any one of the Marvel Select figures that's a Spider-Man, this one would have to be the one. So if you're in the market for looking for new figures, hit up my boy Paco's website at City Rockers Apparel. He has all the latest stuff from NECA, DC, Marvel. Also, if you're looking for band t-shirts like Rolling Stone, Fear Factory, Deftones, hit up this guy's website. He has all the latest stuff, and he has these Halloween masks like Michael Myers. He has Rob Zombie. He has Phantom of the Opera. Like all these brand new masks, and even some throwback type masks that, you know, probably might be interested in, so check that out. Also, I saw this video on Facebook. It was a Kickstarter video pertaining to like a toy store in Dallas, and they're trying to raise money so that way they can do like a pilot to do a TV show, and it's based on like a toy store, vintage toys, and it just seemed really interesting. So if you guys are interested in donating, I put the link in the description below. Check that out, and again, I want to thank you guys for watching another episode of Variant Reviews. So before you guys forget, hit the subscribe button, please.